The Elder Scrolls Online's Gold Road chapter just dropped, and so did a new gold earning strategy that is exclusive to this new chapter that you should be aware of. Players who own a copy of the Gold Road chapter have a chance to receive a brand new crafting material that can be sold to other players for gold. This new item is called Luminous Ink, and it's an integral component of the new scribing process. Hold your horses, what the frick is scribing? For those who are not aware, scribing is the new system that's been introduced in the Gold Road chapter that allows players to construct and customize new skills. Upon progressing through the new scribing questline, something I'll touch on a bit later, you'll unlock the ability to utilize this scribing altar. Simply interact with the altar, select a customizable skill called a grimoire, and add a handful of different scripts to it to create an ability that complements your build or preferred playstyle. Like, check out this skill that I scribed using the Vault Grimoire and the Poison Fart focus script. It is very OP, I assure you. Okay, let's bring it back to the gold strategy. Luminous inks are materials that are consumed during the skill scribing process to alter any of the components, aka scripts, of your skill. Each script that you add or change to any given grimoire will cost you 1 luminous ink. You want to change the focus script of the Vault Grimoire so that it's a boring skill and not a poison fart skill, that'll cost you 1 luminous ink. If I changed all 3 scripts, it would cost me 3 inks. Got it? Great. So by now you may start to see how these luminous inks are going to be fairly valuable commodities. Not to say that they're going to be worth millions of gold. Vine boom, sound effect, Mr. Breast, red arrow. They added what to ESO? In all caps or anything like that, but they'll definitely be an item that players who plan on utilizing the scribing system will want to have on deck going forward, so that they can scribe new skills with ease. In fact, the developers assured us in a live stream a while back that they didn't want luminous inks to be insanely difficult to obtain, and likewise super expensive and not super accessible to players. That being said, players will have to complete a few quests in the scribing questline to even unlock the ability for luminous inks to drop for them from only a few sources. And luminous inks are described as being rare drops, so keep that in mind. Players who do not prefer to partake in the practices that have a chance to yield luminous inks as a rare drop, like, say, PvPers who would rather run around a keep tower for hours on end than pick flowers in the overland, or roleplayers who only log into ERP with Argonians, will have to purchase their scribing currency instead. Memes aside, there are always going to be players who would rather spend a bit of gold to obtain what they're looking for and forego the farming process. And that's where you, my fellow gold enjoyers, may wish to take the opportunity to earn some extra bucks by selling your spare luminous inks to these other players. To unlock the ability for luminous inks to drop from enemies while on any character, you must first complete the entirety of the Wing of the Indrik quest, and obtain the corresponding sigil of the Luminary Indrik account upgrade. Have a little chat with Votary Nalia in the Scalarium to get started on this quest. Instead of including an entire walkthrough in this here gold guide, let me recommend some trusted resources that explain the entire quest process if you're interested in a step-by-step guide. Links, as always, will be in the description. To unlock the ability for luminous inks to drop from resource nodes, you'll have to complete the Wing of the Netch questline and receive the Sigil of the Luminary Netch account upgrade. Read the Nabal of the Fetch, yeah, you heard me right, book in front of its respective wing to get started on that questline. You'll also earn 3 luminous inks for each scribing quest that you complete, not including the first or the last quest of the questline. If you're looking to farm luminous inks to use or to sell to other players, then your best bet is to ensure that you've completed both the Wing of the Netch and the Wing of the Indrik quest first, of course, and then either farm mobs that drop loot when they're killed or farm material nodes in the overland. Any location that has a ton of mobs, like a popular XP grinding location such as the iconic Rift and Zombie Grind route, or a Spellscar in Creglorn, will be an ideal luminous ink farming spot. Likewise, any location that has a lot of resource nodes located relatively close to one another in a zone that often has a lot of players in it so that nodes repopulate faster, like starter zones, will also be ideal for farming luminous inks. That being said, if you're looking to farm luminous inks to sell for gold, first and foremost, then I would recommend doing the latter, farming resource nodes along an efficient material farming route. I'll show off my favorite farming route as I speak, but I've also made a few old-ass videos that explain material farming in much more detail and show off a few routes if you're interested. The reason why I'd recommend farming resource nodes over mobs in this case is because the materials that drop from resource nodes are significantly more valuable and likewise worth more gold than the materials that can drop from mobs. Luminous inks are going to be rare drops no matter what. right? They're a rare drop from either source, so if earning some cold hard cash is your primary objective here, you may as well participate in a very reliable gold farming strategy and make some bank selling the valuable materials that you pick up as you farm, as well as the collection of luminous inks that you obtain. If you're new to the trading side of things, I'd recommend opening up the Guild Finder tool and taking a look through all the different trading guilds that are out there to see about joining one that sounds like it'd be perfect for you. Utilizing your guild's guild store is how you'll go about selling items, like luminous inks, to other players. Now, I'm no Psijic mage, okay? I can't simply ponder my orb and peer into the future and declare how much luminous inks are going to be worth a month or a year from today. But I will say that, like all shiny new things that get added to the game, these new materials will be in pretty high demand as Gold Road is still relatively new and players are eager to play around with the new scribing system without having to do a shitload of farming. So I'd recommend taking advantage of this hype if you can. The prices for these new materials will very likely mellow out over time, as their supply on the market increases due to players acquiring them passively from killing enemies or harvesting resources, and the rate at which their value drops will be influenced by just how rare of a drop they really are. If you missed the hype train, no worries. At least you've been made aware of this new material so that you can take the necessary steps to unlock the ability for it to drop for you. Whatever you choose to do with your luminous inks, I hope you're able to take away something useful from this video. But that'll do it for today. Thanks for watching. Thank you to my YouTube members for the additional support, and I'll see ya in the next video. Cheers.